Welcome to Movie Babies,
the newest podcast,
where we discuss and review Hollywood's newest trailers.
Which is a movie baby.
Yeah, that's what a trailer is. It's a movie's baby. Hence the title.
I'm Devin.
And my name is Sean. And we have been a part of this silly thing in our hometown called Trailer Wars for a long time, where we've made our own little fake trailers. And they're on YouTube. You can go to YouTube/Trailer Wars and find them. But we feel like we kind of know a thing or two about what makes a good trailer.
We're basically experts. At the very least, we know what makes a bad trailer.
Yes, definitely, because we've made tons of them. So we're going to do a little bit of dicing it up, talking about what we are interested in these trailers, of which you'll be able to find links below in our little descriptor section.
Mm-hmm. And for each trailer, we're rated at the end, telling you, is it worth going to see? Did this trailer sell us on getting to the theater?
Exactly. So this week, we're taking a look at, on our maiden voyage, Ice Cube and Charlie Day's Fist Fight.
Ooh, and Split, the new M. Night horror film.
And some kind of rogue, rebel Star Wars movie? I don't know.
Something about Star Trek.
Yeah.
Rogue One.
So here's the show.
Ali versus Frazier. Tupac versus Biggie. Batman versus Superman. These two boobs versus this trailer.
We're talking about Fist Fight.
2017. Also, not to be confused with, what was it?
Fish Fight?
Fighting Fish, which is what I originally Googled.
That would have been funnier if it was Fish Fight. Well, anyway, this is a new comedy featuring Ice Cube and Charlie Day. From Always Sunny in Philadelphia. They play a pair of teachers. It's the last day of school.
Bitches.
They're ready to lock in Mortal Kombat over what? We don't know.
We don't know. Does the trailer tell us this? No.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. I assume there's some type of dispute or maybe long-term animosity between these two teachers. And on the last day of school, they are going to have it out. It appears that one student takes a picture of them having this altercation. Yeah. And then the whole school knows about it, and after the last day of school, they are going to battle.
In presumably fist fight.
Yeah,
but
I would hope so.
You think so, but then you watch the trailer, and there's not fists, there's axes, there's knives.
Yeah.
This is a gunfight.
This is
a gang war.
He brought a fireman's axe to a fist fight, which seems illegal, but we'll have to see the movie to see what happens.
This is first problem in the trailer when we get to is he's not going to fist fight him, he's going to murder him.
Yeah.
And everyone's okay with this. They're like, really? That's what we need to clarify about this trailer. People are pumped up about this fist fight. No authority cares about them fighting.
It's pretty pro fist fight.
It's pro fist fighting, but also pro murder then, because he has an axe. He's smashing. He's trying to kill Charlie Day.
So this is my question for you.
Yeah.
What do you think? Why is he gonna murder him?
Why is he going to murder him?
What's going on?
What reason? Okay, let's jump sides. Pro of the movie. Doesn't it tell us too much?
No, it doesn't give much away.
So I don't know. We don't know why he wants to murder him. But does that make you want to see the trailer more?
Does the trailer make me want to see the movie?
Yeah, because you want to find out why he wants to fist fight him.
Yes, I do want to know. And I want to see all the jokes. I want to see all the guest stars that this comedy is gonna pull out. It's definitely following the trailer comedy trope of showing you every guest comedian that's gonna pop up in the movie.
We have Tracy Morgan back
from his car accident.
From the dead.
Tracy Morgan's usually pretty enjoyable.
And he's like what's the Karate Kid master? What's his name?
Mr. Miyagi.
Mr. Miyagi.
He's Mr. Sashimi, yeah. He's teaching Charlie Day how to fight.
He's teaching him how to fight.
Kumail Nanjiani is in there as a security guard who just says he doesn't have very big muscles, I think.
Yeah, a lot of... So we discussed this off the podcast. I don't know why I'm mentioning that. That's not a detail we need in the actual thing.
It is now.
But a lot of shaming in this trailer.
Yeah.
Shaming Charlie Day for not wanting to fight.
He seems to be the
Ice Cube.
sensible one.
He's the sensible one, which is also a strange choice. Charlie Day playing maybe the straight man. He's definitely the one who's, like you said, sensible. He doesn't want to fight.
The world wants him to fight.
The world wants him to fight, and they shame him. They call him a pussy.
Do you think this...
They call him a pussy animal.
Strong words.
Like a cat, I guess. He's a cat.
Do you think that this trailer, or that this movie is going to have some type of twist at the end, or not twist, but some type of commentary on school violence, American culture violence, like...
So what you're asking is, does this movie, like, you're like, okay, comedy,
Well, are they-
and then it switches, and all of a sudden it's like, oh no, Ice Cube is not fighting Charlie Day. He's fighting a terrorist. There's
No,
a child.
that's not
There's
what I meant.
There's a teenage shooter in that school.
I mean-
and he's taking out teachers. He's taking out the other students, and it's a commentary about our schools in America today.
Yeah, I mean, I hope it goes there. That's not what I had in mind. I'm just curious.
I mean, that might be the better movie, though.
Yeah, you're right.
If
You're
Ice
right.
Cube is like taking out teen terrorists,
Some Columbiners. He
Yeah.
just is axing them.
is that not the better movie?
I guess
it's like
you're right. I guess
you
you're right.
switch it up with like a Dangerous Minds, and like Ice Cube's in the lead, and instead of teaching them through books, he's teaching them through ass whooping.
All right, you sold me on this. This is a better movie. So we got some TV guys at the helm of this. They've worked on a lot of Always Sunny and stuff, so I'm willing to give this a try.
First film for the director.
Yeah.
First film for both the writers.
And there's a lot of writers on this
Lot
movie,
of
which is
writers.
usually a bad thing.
3 people it took to come up with just the story of people fighting in the school.
Yeah, well, if it's the story you broke, I can see why.
Yeah, they started there and then they
Yeah.
had to,
Had to clean
take
it
it
up.
back. Oh, you mentioned a twist in this movie. So I think that's an important question. Do I think there's going to be a twist? The trailer does provide evidence there might be a twist because it makes you think Charlie Day versus Ice Cube are going to battle it out.
Right.
That's too obvious.
Okay.
Because there was a scene where Ice Cube is attacking someone with an axe, and you're like, oh, it must be Charlie Day. You slow that thing down, guess what?
Not Charlie.
Not Charlie Day. It's a kid. Goes back to my theory
Just a kid. Okay.
about the terrorist.
So maybe he's just a, really aggressive, like hands-on type of teacher, and he's just violent with everybody. And
That's how he-
this is just the culminating fury is like he's about to retire. This is his last day or
Last
whatever.
day.
He's like, I'm going out with a bang. I'm beating up this teacher that I've always hated because he's that annoying guy from that annoying TV show.
Wait, so you think in this movie Fist Fight, Charlie Day plays himself? He doesn't play himself. He's playing the character from It's Always Sunny
My
in
theory is
Philadelphia.
that he's playing. Is that character also named Charlie?
Yes.
Okay, he's playing.
Wait, the character in Fist Fight's name is Charlie too?
I'm asking if that's
Oh.
who he plays on Always Sunny.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Okay, let's look this up. Yeah, Charlie Kelly.
I think Charlie Day is playing Charlie Kelly, playing a school teacher. I think Ice Cube is playing Ice Cube, playing a school teacher. That's what I think this movie is going for. It's just these real people in a school, and they've had it with each other.
They've had it up to here.
They're ready to do battle. I
Um,
have no idea.
Well, here's the thing about my twist theory. That I think they team up. Because there's also a scene where Ice Cube is confronting, like, a giant of a man. And Charlie Day's kind of like... He's
okay.
not with the big man.
Okay.
He's, like, kind of, like, trying to talk
You think
sense
they're
into
gonna
Ice
become
Cube.
buddies at
I
the
think
end?
they're buddies. And there's another threat in the school.
Okay. Well, that's a good theory. I think that Ice Cube murders Charlie Day, and that's the end of the movie.
Well, it should be called Murder or Fight.
That's what would be a better movie, because the whole thing is like, oh, it's a comedy. They're gonna,
Yes.
they'll work out their differences. They'll
Yes.
squash their beef. They'll like in Neighbors, like Seth Rogen and Zac Efron. They'll become buds. That's what comedies do, man. This is gonna go the other way. Ice Cube is gonna murder Charlie Day, and then you're laughing the whole movie because it's like, oh, it's so funny. He's threatening that little dork guy. He's saying funny stuff, and then when he lops his head off with that fire axe,
Yeah.
That the joke is on you, audience.
You were siding
wanted
with Ice
this.
Cube,
You got it,
and then you feel bad.
and then you feel bad, and then you go home and you're like, I should have watched fish fight.
Fishing fight. Well, okay. I do feel like the trailer is purposely misleading you to think it's Charlie Day versus Ice Cube, and I think there will be a twist in this film, and it's going to be on the level of like a Solomon. What's
M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah, I think it's going to be like, but a good one, like
Okay.
a if they can manage the Sixth Sense twist, where like Charlie, maybe that's it. Is that Ice Cube has been dead this whole time, and so like Charlie Day is freaking out, and he's calling people like, someone, he wants to have a fist fight. He has an axe, and he's coming after me. It's like, no one. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
That's not
real.
happening. And then they show that footage, and it's Charlie Day taking an axe, trying to. So then it's like a what's that other movie? This is the podcast. Me asking.
What's that movie?
What's that movie?
With the guy with the axe.
The axe.
The Shining? All right. Well,
Shining.
I guess we'll follow this review up with a review of Fistfight's second trailer whenever that drops.
Here's the thing. Do you home? This should be a weekly question. Do you Home Alone this movie? Is this a better movie if they're setting up traps the entire time, and like Ice Cube is like a hunter? He's like, what's his Mikowski? What's his name in Home Alone?
McAllister. Kevin McAllister.
Yeah. He's setting up these booby traps, and Charlie Day is just constantly getting trapped in them. Like, he's paint cans.
Yeah, I mean, that would make any movie better.
All right, well, that's right.
That's what's wrong with Suicide Squad. It doesn't have enough paint cans.
Not enough paint cans. So, okay, so make it official.
Okay, yes.
Fist fight. Do you Home Alone it? Yes or no?
Home Alone it.
Okay, yeah.
You got to.
You Home Alone. I agree.
So we're gonna introduce our rating system for how we're gonna decide if we are up for the challenge of seeing these movies or if we're gonna pass. It's a 3-tiered system. And it's based on the Regal Cinemas Coca-Cola We're All the Same When the Lights Go Down ad campaign, where if we are not sold on this movie and we do not want to see it, we're going to rate it I love robots.
I love robots.
Like the lady says. It's just kind of denotes a general passivity. That
Like, I like robots. I don't like this trailer.
Yeah, like if
but
someone
I
was
like
like,
robots.
someone was like, "Are you gonna go see this movie?" and you're like, "I like robots." You're just changing the subject. The middle system or the middle rating will be if we're kind of on the fence about it. We're going to quote the two gentlemen who are discussing whatever it is they're discussing with their bizarre hand gestures in space with zombies.
In space with zombies.
And that's going to denote that this movie has me, but if it has a couple more elements,
Like, if it was in space,
and if it had zombies,
if it had zombies,
maybe
then
I'd
I'm
be
sold.
in. Yeah.
So right now, just a maybe.
Yeah, we need to know more.
And so what would you do if you liked it a lot?
Well, I'm glad you asked. Like the gentleman who asks if it's cool if he screams, like a lot,
So you cool if I scream, like a lot.
we'll just exclaim, like a lot,
Oh, all right.
which is going to denote that we are up for seeing this film.
So it's the
as soon as it
classic,
comes out.
I think Ebert did this, the classic Coca-Cola rating system.
Yeah,
So the first,
everyone should be familiar with this. I don't know why we have to explain
I
it.
mean, it seemed pretty self-explanatory, but, people.
Yeah.
Fist fight, Sean, what is your rating based off our beautiful rating system?
Like a lot.
Like a lot.
What is your rating of this trailer?
It's not like a lot.
No.
It's not I like robots because there are some elements I'm interested in. So in space with zombies.
Yeah.
As our discussion, I think if you Home Alone this, if you add Columbine type
Oh, yeah.
terrorist
Yeah.
threat, if you Thunderdome this,
Okay.
if you Race War this,
Yeah.
you need that extra element.
And you're expecting to see that in maybe the second trailer. So.
And so I think, this is trailer 1. Trailer 2, maybe they surprise us with that. And if they do, I'm bumping it up to like a lot. Right now, in space with zombies.
All right, and that's our review for Fist Fight.
He's done awful things
23 identities in his body, 2 boobs. About to review it.
This is the review of M. Night Shyamalan's new original concept horror thriller Split.
Split, January 20th.
At your local Regal cinema.
Or, wherever.
I have no allegiance.
Where to start?
Okay, well, let's start with kind of a breakdown of what it looks like this movie is about. We start with a cold open on an abduction of 3 young gals who are in a parking lot car.
There's something by their tires. Maybe tools.
Well, so you see their
TV
dad,
dinner.
You see an older gentleman packing what presumably he purchased from the store into the trunk of presumably the car that the girls are in. And then
presumptions.
He looks up, maybe seeing this James McAvoy character walking towards him. But then we cut into the car. James McAvoy's in the car.
He's in the car.
Dad's groceries are spilled, so perhaps Dad has been physically harmed.
So
in the trunk.
That might solve our first mystery. Were they TV dinners?
They may have been TV dinners. From there, it looks like
He sprays them.
Yeah,
Bike sprays
he
them.
gets sprayed
He's
with
wearing a
Banaka.
mask. They're like, hey, you got the wrong car. We didn't order this Uber. What are you doing in here? Sprays them, knocks them out.
Drags him to underground bunker. So we got an underground bunker, which is... I'm always a fan of movies with an underground bunker. They just seem to be cool. Last Cloverfield Lane movie had an underground bunker. It was cool.
No spoilers.
The movie Don't Breathe had an underground bunker. It was cool.
Bunker buddies.
Yeah, it's just a cool thing to find out that somebody has in their house. I like secret hideouts.
Yes.
I like weird things in people's houses. I liked in Webster, the TV show, when he had a fire pole that connected his grandfather clock in the basement to the dumbwaiter in the upstairs. It's just cool to have
A lot of
house like
similarities to Webster, now that you
Yeah.
bring that up.
that. This looks like basically Webster the movie. So anyway, we've got this abduction scenario, but now here's the Shyamalan twist. This isn't one guy
No.
abducting 3 girls. This is 23 guys
23 identities
in one guy
in one guy.
abducting 3
A
girls.
guy within a guy within a trans guy.
Yeah.
Because he's wearing a dress in one of them.
He's got
A
different...
man in a children's body.
Yeah, he's got different aged, different oriented people within him. One's a child, one looks like a priest. There's a woman, one is referred to as the Beast.
Well,
I feel like that's a third act.
I think
unveiling.
you're jumping ahead. He refers to one of them as the Beast, and you see a little kid's drawing of a
Yeah, it
monster.
doesn't look like that's going to end well for anybody.
So, first question about this trailer.
Yeah, go.
He changes his body?
Yeah, his body can change.
His body
based
changes?
on his mind. His bone structure.
He thinks it, and his body changes.
That's what they show us.
So, fantasy.
I don't think so.
Fantasy.
I mean, here's something that I have no authority to speak on, but I bet you people with personality disorders adopt.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah,
Because
I bet you.
I
is what
want
said.
because I want to cash in on this bet.
Okay.
Because if your net statement is, I bet you people with personality disorders can change their bodies, I'm going to give you a hard no on that one.
Okay. Well, let's let Wikipedia settle this argument off the air. But I'm thinking this, maybe a pared down version of the words you're putting in my mouth.
Yeah. Yes.
That people who have mental personality characters within them, like, when he adopts these like childlike demeanors and like everything, that they think that their bodies move in ways that their current physical body isn't capable of or is beyond development of. Right? Does that make sense? Like,
No, I did not.
so
follow.
if I'm physically 40,
Yes.
but I'm not yet.
Okay, no, I believe you.
But I'm mentally 12. Now
I believe you.
that's probably more accurate. That that the character in my mind would think he's got a 12-year-old body, so he would behave as such.
She'd be doing cartwheels.
He'd be on the ground a lot. He'd be like just kind of goofing around like
a lot of
kid,
masturbating.
a lot of masturbating, more so than a 40-year-old would do. And if I thought I was the Beast, maybe I would move my hands and arms and swing around in a way that a human couldn't move because my mind.
So you'd
thinks
say
I'm capable of other
mind
things.
over matter. Your mind, if you believed it hard enough, you could do it.
Yeah, I think
That's how people die.
I think that's what this movie's trying to tell us.
It's like,
if you
hey,
believe, you can do it.
You can be whatever you want to be.
You can achieve.
If you believe you can be a bird.
If you believe you can abduct 3 girls, you probably can.
Without them knowing you're entering the door.
Yeah,
That's
what I'm saying.
That's the hardest thing I'm buying in this movie.
Right.
I can buy you on that, but I can't buy this man entering their car door without any of these people noticing him.
They're probably on their phones, man. I don't know. We'll have to find out. I'm suspension of disbelief. I'm not dissuaded from this. The last M. Night movie I watched, The Visit, where they go to the creepy grandparents.
I did not visit that
It's
film.
bonkers. It's absurd. Probably the most absurd part of it is the child who thinks he's a rapper. So, maybe there's a through line between these movies.
Well, here's the most interesting prospect of this movie. 23 identities. That's a lot to play with.
Yeah.
Because one of them we know is he's a kid. So like you said, he's gonna be whacking it.
Yeah.
Just in that basement. Number 2, he's the woman. So he's sensitive.
He's the matriarch of the household.
Because in the trailer, I'm not saying that to be sexist. In the trailer, as the woman, he's like, "Oh, he can't harm you. Don't worry."
Okay.
See?
Yeah.
So I'm safe.
Okay.
3, Beast Man. He's like a priest man. He's like
he's a priest on the streets and a beast in the sheets. Is that what the saying?
that was one of them.
All right.
Is he Professor X in one of these personalities?
Oh, that's a good question. He doesn't have a lot of hair, so
He doesn't have hair, so must have filmed this right after that X-Men movie
Yeah, you're
where he
probably
does
right.
shave his head.
yeah.
He's like, "Yeah, I'll shave my head, but only because I got this M. Night money coming in."
Yeah, I don't think that's really what's happening in this scenario.
Well,
I think that M. Night money is going onto the screen if there's any at all.
Okay, well, let's explore some more of some of these personalities he could be.
He could be a garbage truck driver.
Garbage truck driver, yeah. So just occupations.
I mean,
mainly.
that's what I
He's
think.
a mailman.
Yeah, he thinks he's a mailman. He thinks he's a teriyaki chef. He thinks he is the landlord of low-income housing.
If they just follow him to work one day, if the movie, like a good portion of the movie is him being like, I work IT and just
And he
watching
goes
him
through a day of that.
just doing his job, like not a bad.
It's gonna
Maybe
take
that's
a long time to get through.
How long is this movie? We don't know. It might break the records.
Yeah. So we've got some youths looking like our scared teens in this movie. We got
3 girls
got
locked
the gal
up,
from The Witch
which did
in
not
Oregon.
see. Did not see.
Okay.
Go on.
She's great. I think she's awesome. I'm excited for her to have like a career as a young, fresh face Hollywood horror movie gal because she was really cool in both of those movies. So that's a plus for me.
+1.
Any other?
That's struggling with those other pluses I see.
Oh no, I mean M. Night's a plus for me. I think he's back on his game.
Based off of your last film you saw of his, the Visit?
Yeah, which I don't think is good, but I think it was really entertaining. I think this is gonna be really entertaining.
So back on his game.
Yeah, back on his game of making entertaining movies. Unlike The Happening was entertaining. That was entertaining because it was so fucking bad.
Yeah, and then that's kind of the question of this one. It's not so much, is this going to be a good movie? Is this movie going to be so bad that it's good?
He's back off of his Airbender game, which was a worse game in which it was just bad.
It was just bad.
Yeah.
And yeah, more like you were saying, the happening game, making that bad into good happen. And personalities, playing with the personalities, a lot of potential.
Yeah, it seems like he's kind of harkening back to his like Hitchcockian, like let's grab some kind of like realistic-ish thing that someone could be afflicted with and then just take it into imagination land and get wild with it and turn it into a fun horror movie.
Yes.
Like going to visit creepy grandparents who turn out to be actually creepy. That's a cool thing to mess with.
Other things in this trailer that I learned, flowers equals important.
Oh,
Do you remember that part?
he did place flowers on their pillows.
And the lady's like, ooh, he's giving us flowers. That means he thinks we're important.
Oh,
Which is one of my big questions about this trailer. Why? Why these girls? Why does this man with these personalities who can apparently change himself at will, why does he care about these three random ladies?
well, I don't know. Maybe they're not random. Maybe he's been tracking them. Maybe this
Maybe
whole
he
thing's been
is
culminating
the
in this moment.
ladies. Maybe his personality is that he's those girls.
Okay.
So that brings us to the main question that you're all been waiting for. What is the twist? What's the
is-
twist?
So the little shot of him in the psychiatrist's office,
Yes.
being discussed, his case is being reviewed or whatever, is the whole movie is actually, it's like Interview with the Vampire style. It's like that's the current situation. He is telling you this abduction story in that sitting, and what we find out is it's all made up. He was all the girls. He was the guy who he killed to get in the car. He was the food that got spilled behind the truck. He's all of it.
So what you're suggesting is that in 2016, the twist of the movie is it was all a
in his
dream.
head.
It was all a dream. None of it happened.
I don't think Hollywood can go beyond that as like their best twist. Like that's all they've got.
That's all they got left.
That's the
What's
heavy hitter.
old is new again. But in this case, it's still really old.
It's retro. We're just bringing it back, man. It's 2016. Synthwave is cool again. It Was All a Dream is cool again. Go rewatch Dallas. It all takes place in a snow globe.
Here's the thing. Studios like money. They want that money.
Yeah.
What's popular right now? In
Crossover,
movies?
superheroes.
Superheroes. The extended universe. He has 23 personalities. If he's Professor X in one of those personalities, guess what? You got a franchise.
Yep. You're in the X-Men universe, so maybe...
Now you're in it. So now you bring in Storm.
Yeah.
You bring in
And did you see the girls that he abducted? Maybe those are X-Men. Maybe
Jubilee.
it's Jean Grey. Maybe
Jean
it's
Grey.
Jubilee.
Other X-Men girl that I know.
Blink.
Blink.
There's
This is hard.
Psylocke.
Psylocke.
Did you say Storm?
Storm. Mohawk Storm.
Mohawk Storm. Storm with full hair. Halle
Catwoman.
Berry Storm. So basically, he's taking him to the danger room.
This is the danger room. Yes.
Okay.
Well, there's your. It's all a dream, and it was all a danger room
Yeah.
stimulation.
Exactly.
All right.
Done.
Well, now I'm sold.
Debunked. All right.
So they're in the bunker. This raises the question: Home Alone it? Do you Home Alone this movie?
Well, I think this movie is going to have a lot of inherent Home Alone-ness. You see them blocking doors and throwing things over to make little traps, as presumably a sequence where they're trying to escape. Someone's probably going to get killed in one of these.
Someone's probably going to get hit by that paint.
Yeah. So I bet there's going to be some Home Alone.
The girls
built
are even
in.
like, the girls even say like, we gotta. What do they say? We gotta like charge it. We gotta make
I
this
think
happen.
they say this is our house. We have to defend it.
So it's just
And
right.
they set up some micro machines. Was I not watching this same trailer?
No, I think you're right.
Okay.
So, official Home Alone it?
I'd say it's going to be Home Alone.
Yeah,
From
I
the
think
jump.
you're Home Alone this trailer, and it increases the appeal.
Nice.
I did it. Here's the thing. I don't necessarily like horror films. I know that's more your thing. I'm more like into the Hitchcock thrillers. I enjoy those. And
Did you like the other Shyamalan thrillers?
I don't. So
Sixth Sense and
I like Sixth Sense.
The Village and...
And I liked parts of The Village until the twist.
Okay.
I did not see The Happening. Have not seen Unbreakable since it came out.
Okay.
So I want to see the trailer based off his name alone and based off the premise that it's going to be bad, so bad that it's good. So on that premise alone, like a lot.
Like a lot. I like that.
I would like this lot.
That's cool. That's cool. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm gonna consider this something that I'm hyped on and excited to get to January 20th to go see. When this trailer popped up when I went to go see Magnificent Seven, I like audibly shouted when I saw his name pop up on the screen as
cheering or as an angel?
I was just confused. Like I was like, okay, this is a movie. It's got some actors in it. And it's from the director of The Village, The Sixth Sense. And I was like, what the fuck? Like I was ready. I was game on.
Who's giving you money to do this?
Yeah, and I'm still in. Watching the trailer again keeps me in. I'm gonna say this is like a lot.
Flawless.
And that was Split.
Woo! Hello, this is Future Devin talking right now. Look, remember how we said we didn't know what we were doing? This is a prime example. We messed up. The review you're about to listen to is of Star Wars Rogue One, but it's of a fan-made trailer called The Final Trailer, hence our confusion. So we did not review the official Star Wars Trailer 2 that I'm sure everyone is talking about. We're not perfect, but this is episode 1, and if we're comparing episode 1s, we still beat Star Wars. So here's our review of Rogue One, the fan trailer, Future Devin out. They still say that in the future. Dun, 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 dun. Pew, pew, pew. Rogue One, Star Wars, December. That's the trailer we watched. By Gareth Edwards, the director of the new Godzilla movie.
Oh, wait, the new Godzilla movie or the Big Island movie?
I don't know what that means.
You mean, the Skull
one
Island
called
movie.
Godzilla.
Okay.
And it was the newest one they made.
I didn't care for that.
I did not either. And good ideas. Speaking of trailers, go watch that Godzilla trailer, 2014. That one of the best trailers I've seen in recent memories. Do you remember that?
Because
like,
it... Oh yeah, they're jumping out of the planes, they got the lights.
Like, boom, boom,
But then they kill... never mind. I can't spoil...
I mean...
Can I spoil that?
Yeah, you just do this. Spoiler
Spoiler alert. When they kill Bryan Cranston, is that his name?
Oh, yeah.
What the fuck? He was the biggest part of the trailer.
Very misleading trailer,
Yeah.
too. Yeah, so we'll be discussing a lot of that in this podcast.
I'm worried that this asshole was Star Wars in his
So what we
hands.
just saw... okay.
Fumble! Big time.
So going off of that, in this trailer, we see a lot of Vader.
Too much Vader.
Too much Vader in this. We watched the
most recent
final trailer. We'll link it in the notes here. And yeah, a lot of Vader. He's walking around with his lightsaber like he's walking his dog.
Last third of the trailer is just a slow-mo shot of Darth Vader.
Yeah, it's just him. It's like...
cool.
Well, and then, okay, so he dies. Or he's not in this trailer that much because, judging by the Godzilla trailer, that's a fake out.
Yeah,
that's
he's going to be dead within the first 30 seconds of the movie.
Or he's just going to be like, hey, I'm building a Death Star.
Gotta go.
I gotta go do that now.
All right, well, that leads me to my first of many, because I don't give a fuck about Star Wars questions.
Yes.
When does this movie take place in the Star Wars
Sean, I'm happy
timeline?
you asked me that for the first time. It takes place before in the original trilogy, where they get the Death Star plans, they blow it up, Luke shoots it through the tiny hole.
Right.
This movie is just about them getting the plans.
Okay.
Because isn't that the biggest question you had about the original trilogy? It was like, but how did they get those plans? Well, this movie tells you exactly how these fighter pilots get the plans for the Death Star.
All right, that's acceptable. We got the girl who's like every Jane Austen adaptation movie's wet dream as the rebel. She's running around. She's
rebel.
somebody's daughter, because of course she's got to be somebody's daughter. right?
That's what all these movies are about. It's all about
Yoda's daughter.
who-
She's Luke's daughter
Yeah,
before
yeah.
he even could have.
She's Jabba the Hutt's
babies.
daughter.
Okay. She's some kind of rebel.
She's a rebel.
We know that because
She's a bad girl.
they like when they have a Snake
Oh, yeah.
Plissken scene where it's like
You're reckless.
This is while you're here. She's like, well, I fucking rebel, and I don't know why they didn't drop the money to do David Bowie's Rebel needle drop right there, and then just cut to the space.
It's all
But
David Bowie.
Maybe I'm glad they didn't. So she's a rebel, and she's out to get some plans. What's his name? Gabriel Lucas?
Vader.
No.
Okay.
Who's the pilot? Who's Han Solo in this movie?
Oh, I mean, let me look it up. Galen Erso.
No.
Mads Milkinson.
Diego Luna.
Booty Rook. K2SO. Just reading the
All right,
names off the
all right.
cast list.
So Diego Luna is her Han Solo. He's flying her around.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he was in the most recent Star Wars movie.
He was?
Isn't he the pilot that they kind of feature?
No, that's a different guy.
Oh, that's a different guy.
Yeah.
Edit that out.
All right. They're going to the Death Star. Big friggin' surprise. We're back on the Death Star.
Death Star. All the movies have to be about the Death Star. Can't have a
Okay.
Star Wars movie about
Okay,
anything else.
fine. We got the Death Star. We got somebody who's somebody's father. We got AT walkers in this thing. We just have the first Star Wars movie again,
If-
right?
So, I will say this. I liked the latest Star Wars movie with the idea that if they take it to a different place after this, like that was a good movie to reintroduce the Star Wars character to a new generation. Mission accomplished. It borrowed a lot from the beginning stuff, but whatever. Next movie is going to be different. It's going to be new, exciting storylines. But yeah, this movie seems more of the same, where they're just going to keep borrowing storylines and.
Here's a
Line.
variation on this character that
So,
you
like,
liked. Here's
Does she need a robot companion like in every
yeah,
other?
If it's a Star Wars movie, she probably does.
They'd even do the line of like, you have 97.8% failure rate, and
Yeah.
you're just waiting for, don't tell me the odds, kid.
Yeah. There's some kind of Jawa, or what is he? Is like a Wookiee little guy.
Oh, there's a monkey.
He's a
There's a
monkey?
monkey.
Okay.
We don't know. Is he a baby Chewbacca?
I thought it was like the little guy from Guardians of the Galaxy. I didn't know what was going on.
I mean, that might have a big influence on this film. We might see tree people and little raccoons
All right.
running around. He was very Rocket Raccoon, now that you
Yeah.
mention it. Jedi, blind Jedi.
We got a blind Jedi.
Blind Jedi.
Asian
With
blind Jedi.
Asian. But no, just stick.
He's just got a stick. He doesn't have a lightsaber.
No lightsaber.
Doesn't need a lightsaber.
Doesn't need one. Got a stick.
He's good enough with the stick.
He's like
Alright.
he's the splinter of the story.
Okay. So he's a part of the merry band. We got Forrest Whitaker delivering some wild ass
Doing-
lines with a
doing my
real
voice.
weird voice.
I'm Forrest Whitaker. Comedy right there. This
Yeah.
is me saying his name.
Yeah, that's how most of your impressions are. Do
Whitaker.
do Hillary Clinton.
Hillary Clinton.
Yeah, let's.
They all sound like Forrest Whitaker for some reason.
They all sound like Forrest Whitaker doing the person
Impressions, yeah.
saying the name of the person I said. All right, so you're kind of the bigger Star Wars fan here.
Well, with that said, before I saw any of the original trilogy, I saw Spaceballs first.
Okay,
And I loved it. I was
Yeah.
like, Spaceballs is the greatest movie ever. And then I saw Star Wars. And I was like, that's all
kind of
right.
ripped off Spaceballs. But, yeah.
Spaceballs kind of did that first, but all right. I will say this. I was more excited about this movie when they released the teasers. Do you
Okay.
remember the teasers?
I remember the teasers because they did like the very popular trick of doing like an emo cover of a song that you know, but they did it with the Star Wars theme song, which I thought was kind of funny.
Well, what I liked about the teaser is just that beautiful shots of like the planes and like going over water, and then it's a little more
Space opera-y.
space opera. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
this one it seems like more like now that they're going more on the story. I'm like, ooh, not as interested.
Could do some more flying around, maybe.
Or less, and that's the other thing about this movie. I know this might be an unpopular opinion. space fighting seems like the least interesting thing about Star Wars.
Yeah.
Like there's because you can only do so much. It's just you're zipping around and then you shoot lasers.
Yeah.
And then you're flying through.
There's
like,
a lot of that in the new
caverns.
Star Trek movie, isn't there?
Yeah.
Kind of like
yeah, we already saw that in the new Star Trek.
these little like bees in space that were flying around. It's like anytime it cuts to outer space in a movie, I'm on my phone immediately. I don't care about outer space. I hate outer space.
Well, split opinion. I love outer space. I don't care about space fights because they're all the same, as you kind of pointed out. Like, watch any space movie, the space fights are going to be the same way. Star Wars, you have a history, a gigantic history you can borrow from and use, and to pick the thing you can see in any other movie,
Yeah.
it seems like a mistake in some way.
Yeah. You'd like to ask, would this trailer be better Home Alone?
Home Alone it. Can you Home Alone this trailer? I don't.
Yes, and here's how.
Okay.
Darth Vader is defending the Death Star. He's your Kevin. This Jane Austen's wet dream chick is Marv.
Yes.
And she's trying to get in the Death Star. She's peeking in the little Death Star window.
Yeah.
Boom!
Boom.
Window
Christmas tree.
shade with nails sticking out of it.
Yeah.
Hits her fingers. She fucking iron to the face. Oh, Gabriel Luna fucking micro machined onto his ass. Like,
Oh, what is that? You stepped in Chewbacca poop.
yeah, you got Chewie poo. You got a flamethrower to Forrest Whitaker's dome. Boom. And Darth Vader's just giggling and running around the Death Star going, yes! Yeah, and saying, that's gotta hurt. There you go. Exactly.
I need a visual.
He's
on that
shaving with his lightsaber. He asks if this lightsaber is what's the
one.
line?
The toothbrush.
Yeah, is certified by the the American Dental Association. All right, that joke's not going to make the episode.
No, you were almost there. You want to do take two?
No.
All right. Well, I think you answered the question, is this movie Rogue One better if you Home Alone it? The answer is yes. You sold me on it. I was unsure. I was going to give it my first no on that question, and you saved it.
Yeah. It's all about perspective. All right. Well, that's all the shit I have to say about this trailer.
I feel like we kind of shit on this one. With that said, it has potential to be a good movie. Again, I liked The Force Awakens pretty well. This one has potential, but it also has potential to drop that.
Godzilla.
Be Godzilla.
Okay, well, with that in mind, what are you rating Star Wars Rogue One? Is it I like robots bad? Is it middle of the road in space with zombies? Or is it the top tier rating that you could give a trailer a lot?
I think if I rate the teaser I saw before, I was more excited about this movie and I would have gave it like a lot. This newest trailer with all the weird Vader cameos, with the repeated things we saw with the robot, the Don't Tell Me the Odds, the weird monkey. Like, it brings me down to in space with zombies, which is weird because it is in space. They're so close on this
Probably
one.
does have zombies.
That is my feeling. It's so close. You're in space. Just add those zombies, and you got me hooked on liked a lot.
All right. Well, I also feel a little bit strange about giving this rating, given what it means. But, I like robots, but I don't like robots in space. I'm not interested in seeing this movie.
No interest.
Am I going to get dragged to it multiple times? Probably in 3D? Probably for like $20 fake IMAX prices? Yeah, probably. But I don't give a shit about Star Wars anymore.
Well, thanks for joining us for our first and last podcast, because you just chased away every potential fan. And there's an angry raccoon. Speaking of Rocket Raccoon, he's outside.
All right, that was Rogue One. Thanks for listening.
Well, that concludes episode 1 of Movie Babies.
I think we're gonna get better at this.
Well, I can't foresee us getting any worse.
No, me neither. Thanks for listening, and stay tuned. We're gonna be doing this pretty frequently.
Yeah.
I would expect weekly.
Support us by reviewing, rating, downloading from podcasting stores.
Like iTunes and stuff?
I don't know how this works. This is my first episode, Sean.
Okay, well, we'll post it to something.
So join us next time for episode 2 of Movie Babies, because when you don't have time to watch a trailer,
But you got time to listen to two idiots talk about watching a trailer. That's what the show is. See ya!
see you next time. Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, more podcasts? Find it all at moviebabies.com.